Hello everyone, Ryan here. It's been a while, 6 months maybe since I made a video. So much going on outside of crypto, but now there's just so much going on inside of crypto. So many new and exciting things. One of which I'm going to be talking about today that just had to get back at it. Today we're talking about Klima DAO. It launches tomorrow. I want to go through what it is, how it works, just briefly, just to get you interested so you can start looking into it and so you can start watching it from tomorrow. Now, this is something I'm really excited about, and I just thought, I have to make a video and get this out there before it launches. So what is it? It's a fork of OHM, Olympus. So if you've seen OHM, you've seen the crazy growth it's had. You've seen the 3-3 meme all over Twitter. People have it in their handles. I have it, the 3 and the 3 here. And these two little trees are actually for Klima. We'll get onto that. And this little moon is for Luna, my baby. So you've probably seen the 3-3 meme. Wishing people got into OHM like earlier, and it's still a great time to get in, by the way. And this little crash in the market cap, pretty fairly big crash in the market cap over the last few days. There's some crazy stuff going on with leveraging in the pools right now, and it's really causing some crazy fluctuations in the price. Not too worried about this, but before the last couple of days, this was on an absolute tear. And same thing happened with Wonderland Time, the fork on Avalanche. Again, people thinking, I wish I got into this when it was 100 million or whatever. It's got up to like 850-ish market cap, 850 million at the peak. And Klima is basically a fork of Olympus. Exactly the same mechanism, but it has a very unique difference, a big USP, a selling point, something that could make it go really viral, I think, and bring in a lot of money from inside of crypto, outside of crypto, institutional interest, the chance to get coverage in big kind of regular media, because it ties into something that's super hot right now, which is climate change. And I want to tell you why that makes me so excited, because Klima DAO brings together basically the biggest viral community in crypto right now, which is Olympus DAO. It's a fork of Olympus. It's supported and somewhat partnered with Olympus. So we've got the power of that community, and we've got the climate change narrative, which is probably the biggest talking point, well, bar one, outside of crypto. So we got those two things combined together. And I think that when this launches tomorrow, this could generate a lot of opportunities for a lot of people to get in the first couple of days or whatever. So I want to talk about it and how it works. So first of all, you need to know how OHM works, Olympus, okay? If you don't, look it up. Look at their documents, watch some of their video on YouTube. I was going to make a video about this months ago when I got in, but I just didn't because I wasn't in video making mode. Maybe I'll make one in the future, but it's a fork of Olympus. Now, instead of every Klima token, issued being backed by one DAI, which is how OHM works, how Olympus works, the Klima DAO issues Klima tokens by backing them with one BCT, which stands for base carbon ton. Okay, so basically what these represent are offsets, carbon offsets from the real world that are tokenized, put on chain, and then every ton that is bought on chain is used to issue one Klima token. Okay, so for Olympus, you've got one DAI to issue one OHM. For Klima, you've got one base carbon ton, which is bought on chain, to issue one Klima. Okay. Now you think, what is the point of this? Why are we taking carbon offsets, bringing them on chain, and using them to issue tokens in the same way that Olympus does? Now, this is where I said that Klima has a very big appeal, which I think could end up going super viral. Okay, and I just want to scroll down to the bottom of their website, which kind of gives this little sentence about what their goal is. Okay, so Klima DAO's goal is to accelerate the price appreciation of carbon assets. Okay, a high price for carbon forces companies and economies to adapt more quickly to the realities of climate change and make low carbon technologies and carbon removal projects more profitable. Okay, now basically what they're doing is they're using the Olympus mechanism, forking it into a new protocol, and they're basically using the funds that come in to the treasury, purchasing these carbon offsets off the open market, bringing them off chain with a goal of increasing the price of carbon offsets in the real world. Okay, so this is going to have an immediate real world impact where it's pushing up the price of carbon offsets. Now, why is that a good thing? Well, right now, companies that have bad environmental policies that are polluting and just basically destroying the planet, they don't really have to do much about that right now in terms of correcting their behavior, because they can just purchase all of these carbon offsets and saying, oh, we did all this stuff over here which caused this damage and this pollution, but look, we've purchased all these carbon offsets, so that basically balances us out. But really, they're not correcting their behavior. They're not changing their business practices to be more environmentally friendly. It's just more cost effective for them to purchase a bunch of carbon offsets, okay? And they can say, okay, it's called greenwashing. And, their investors are happy, customers are happy, things like that, because they're saying, oh, we're like carbon neutral or negative or whatever it is. But really, they're just taking the easy way and they're just buying their way out of it and not making any changes. So Klima DAO the aim is to make that more and more expensive so that companies in the real world that are polluting and doing things that are bad for the environment have to start saying, well, this is getting more and more expensive. We can't just buy all these carbon offsets that we're buying before, because the price is going up and up and up, because Klima DAO is buying them all to issue Klima tokens when people bring money into the protocol. Okay, so that is why I think that it has potential to really go viral, really catch the attention of people inside and outside of crypto, because it has that real world impact that a lot of crypto projects don't have. We also have the narrative of crypto being bad for the environment and things like that. And this is just the exact opposite, okay? So I can see this along with the power of the Olympus community, which is just crazy strong, crazy loyal, crazy diamond-handed, and makes things go crazy viral. Those two things combined together, I think, could be really, really powerful. And this is why I'm so excited for this to launch. It says for 2021, but it's actually tomorrow, which is going to be Monday, October the 18th, 2021. Okay, now there are signs that there is already going to be very, very high demand for this token. Okay, right now, oh wow, it's even gone up since I started this video. This was at 1400 when I started recording this like 5 minutes ago. So this is a poll for the alpha version of the token, which is like the pre-launch version of the token, that is been put on Uniswap or whatever, and built by the community. And the pre-sale, like the auction that they used to originally put these initial tokens on the market, closed at I think $320, $330 a couple of weeks ago. People are trading them in the secondary market for over 1,800 right now. So people are really, really trying to get their hands on these. And I think that when the official pool launches tomorrow on SushiSwap via Polygon, that the price is going to start at around 320, 330, wherever the pro-launch auction closed. But I can see it probably going up pretty quickly. Don't really want to make any predictions, but I think there's going to be huge demand for this token. Like I said, it hasn't launched yet. They've got almost 20,000 people on Twitter, almost 20,000 people in their Discord. There's only a couple of thousand holders of the tokens, and a lot of them don't have very many. So I see there being big demand out of the gate for this project. And like I said, it's almost like getting in early with something like Olympus or Time, where we're expecting the APYs to be anywhere from 20,000 to 30,000% APY. APY, not APR. If that sounds crazy and unsustainable and you don't understand how that works, you need to look into Olympus and figure out how they do that and how they make it sustainable. But I think this is going to be a great opportunity to get into something Olympus-like with a really, really strong angle and a really strong message behind it pretty much from day one. Now, I have a bunch from the pre-sale. I will not be buying tomorrow when it launches because I think it's going to be too crazy. I don't know where it's going to go, but it's going to be explosive, and I would not want to be messing around with that pool. I did manage to get a fair amount in the initial auction, and if things calm down and I feel that there's a fair price after the first few days, I'll try and pick up some more. But you know, the auction closed at 320, 330. I bought mine at like 220, I think. So I will not be buying it at these prices, but there's just a lot of demand. Up 43% the day before the token launches. Okay, now I want to talk a little bit more about how this is going to work, the impact that it could have on the real world. Okay, because I think this is really, really key, and it's probably going to attract a lot of attention, like I said. So from their medium, Klima DAO as a liquidity absorption flywheel. Klima DAO's purpose is to accelerate the price appreciation of carbon assets in order to force quicker adaptation to the realities of climate change, drive additional finance towards low carbon technologies. Okay, so how compelling is that? This is what I said about they're trying to force companies to have to do things that are better for the environment because it's going to become more expensive to just buy these offsets than it is to do the right thing and actually correct their behavior. That is such a good hook and such a good angle that I think so many people can go into, and it goes completely against the idea that crypto is bad for the environment. Okay, as further voluntary commitments and compliance regimes come online, the world's companies will be forced to compensate. Okay, the world's companies will be forced to compensate. That's what Klima DAO is trying to make happen. For example, actually offset their carbon emissions rather than just buying offsets from somebody else. Okay, the costlier the negative externality of their damage becomes, the more economic the decision to reduce emissions and invest in green alternatives. So they're basically trying to create a situation where it's more expensive for companies to just buy offsets than it is for them to do the right thing and start doing business practices that are more green. So I think this is just amazing. Okay, I would have a look if you're really interested in the dynamics. I would go to I'll put this in the section below, the comment section, docs.klimadao.finance. This is a document that gives you a walkthrough of everything, what they're trying to do, how they do it, the mechanics, how it works with the carbon in the real world, getting it on chain, using that to issue Klima tokens and things like that. Okay, and you can read all about their for example, what is the point of Klima DAO? It's basically just what I said. They're trying to force companies in the real world to actually clean their act up and not just buy their way out of it. Okay, there was one really good Twitter thread that I just wanted to cover that I think really explains it in an easy to understand way. So this guy Jonathan blah blah blah, merchant of cabbages, posts some good stuff. I would definitely follow him. Very quickly going to read through this because he puts it super well. The Quarter Project Klima DAO proposes that society does not properly value the cost of pollution. If world leaders are truly concerned, the consequences of pollution, the trajectory that we're on would not look as grim as it is. Okay, so most people here are aware that climate change poses major risks to future generations. However, there's an underlying sense of powerlessness in that, we can't really do anything and companies are just buying their way out of things. Enter Klima DAO. A path exists where financial and social interests can both be aligned to benefit the problem at hand. This can attract a wide range of investors, from the degen farmer to the normie who never had a real incentive to learn crypto. I think this is massive, okay? This appeals to everybody. People that want to make money with a 20,000% APY and a token that's probably going up in price. Crypto people are going to love that. But the retail people, the people that are skeptical of crypto, they don't know what impact it's having in the real world. I think this could really bring people in when they hear about what Klima DAO is doing, okay? People will soon discover they can make money and help the environment. That is a broad, viral, compelling hook that appeals to basically everybody, okay? usher in a new breed of investors. I genuinely think that this could be the case, okay? And he goes on to explain, or he or she, don't know what this frog identifies as, but goes on to explain how it works, buying up the credits and things like that. Definitely follow this account, read the thread, but people are realizing that this is going to have very, very wide appeal, okay? Now, back to the launch day. Like I said, it launches tomorrow. It's going to be fireworks. I don't know what I expect to happen, but it's going to be crazy. So I will not be buying on day one. I would recommend, if you wanted to get in the pre-sale and you didn't, if you want to take your chances in the auctions on day one, that's on you. I really don't know what I expect to happen. I just think it's going to be crazy. Could shoot up. Some people could dump. It could just be all over the place. I will be looking the first few days to see what happens, and maybe trying to pick up some more, although I did manage to get a pretty good amount in the pre-sale. So if you think you missed out on Olympus, you're wrong. But if you want to get something from day one or the first few days that's similar to Olympus, that has, in my opinion, what could be an even better hook, look into Klima. You get a chance to be in it from the start. The hook is compelling, and I think this could bring in a lot of money from outside of crypto, a lot of interest from outside of crypto. And, I really, really feel good about promoting this, putting my money in it, and hopefully making some gains and doing something that has a real world impact, better than just buying dog coins, So no affiliation with Klima DAO. I just really like it. I just love Olympus too. And I will be watching it tomorrow. Might make another video after the launch. We'll see how it goes. But let me know what you think. Are you in Olympus? Are you in Time Wonderland? Are you already in Klima from the pre-sale? Are you looking to get into the pre-sale? And we will talk about it in the comments and maybe on a live stream or whatever, because this is going to be a big focus of mine. So do your own research, see what you think. Obviously not financial advice. Hit the like button, do the subscribe, all of that stuff. Leave me a comment, even if it's just an emoji, and I will see you in the next video. I promise not to go AWOL for 6 months this time. All right, have a good one.